Hi everyone, Christy here with PK1homeschoolfun.com, and I'm here to show you my fourth printable in my 5-day hopscotch of essential math printables for first grade. So this one for today is comparison symbols. So this is just a reference chart. There's 2 pages in the file. The first one's a reference chart, and then the second page can be used. You can cut them up and use them for activities to introduce the idea of comparison symbols. So this one is black and white. They can color it when you introduce it. It's just a reference chart to keep in their binder or staple on the wall. I do a lot of stapling on my wall because the holes cover in with paint if you have to paint. Anyway, that's a tip for renters like me. Anyway, so this is the comparison symbols chart. I think when I introduce this, I will have my daughter color it because I think it'll kind of reinforce the idea of which way the V goes. And that's pretty much, I think there's 2 things that kids need to learn with this to kind of help it click, and one is which way it goes, and also how to say the sentence, the math sentence for that. So there are actually a ton of the alligator printables on Pinterest, and that's what we'll be using as well. I just didn't see a need to recreate it because there's so many out there, and I love that idea. And a little alligator, symbols with eyeballs on it. I think it's super cute, and I used that with my first kid, and we just played some games for one day and then she got it. So we'll use that as well as this. So anyway, you got the apples. You can talk about the alligator eating the apples if you want. So these are 4 comparison symbols. Now I added the not equal symbol, even though usually it's not in the group, but they use the not equal symbol later on in the math book. So I figured I might as well just add it, and you can use it or you can not use it, however you want to do that. Okay, so as far as the printable goes, not really much to do. Just print out both pages. I did the first page and the second page on cardstock. And then these you can just print and then cut out. And then here's some quick activities you can use for this. So if you're talking about the alligator, you can use candy. You can use anything you have. Candy, jelly beans, Cheerios, crackers, whatever you have. Oh, that's wrong, isn't it? Let me use the other card. There we go. So I think the other tricky part of this is just learning how to phrase the number sentence or the math sentence that you would do. So I think that's the only other part that's really tricky, and I think this helps having it this way where it says is less than. So you can say 2 is less than 3, and that's how you say it when it's pointing this way, because the alligator is eating the bigger number, and this symbol represents is less than. Because obviously you could change these numbers around and then just use a different symbol. 3 is greater than 2. So you have to teach that there's different symbols you can use by just rearranging the numbers. So I think that's helpful to have it phrased like that and then just kind of start working with it. You can also use these interlocking blocks. We really like these. My littlest one, my not yet preschooler, loves to just play with these. So do my older kids. They like just playing with those. I thought those were really fun, and these were super cheap on Amazon. You can also do dice. You can roll some dice using one symbol and then put the dice where they go. So there's just a couple of ideas for you. And then obviously, you can introduce the equal and not equal sign. Is this equal or is this not equal? And then is this equal or is this not equal? And then they have to pick one. So this is something you're probably not going to use a lot, but when it comes time to introduce the idea of comparison symbols, you can bring this out and then have it as a reference if you ever need to refresh their memory of how that works. So that's the comparison symbols printable for you for day 4 of my 5-day hopscotch. And if you want to get the other printables, day 3 was the My Place Value flip book, so make sure you go back and get this printable. I really, really like this one. They can work on their place values. And then day 2 was the My Place Value mat for introducing the concept. That was the first page. And then day 1 was my 100 chart with some goals on here for skip counting and counting by 100 and things like that. So stick around. Tomorrow is going to be a flip book for liquid measurements. And maybe a reference chart too. Actually, I haven't made it yet. I'm still working on it. So come back for tomorrow, and then also make sure you come back for tomorrow because I have a bonus printable, which is the Monster Rush game, and that is a game that you can either play multiple players or have as a game like a math center or like a file folder game. And that one's super fun. It works on telling time. It's a little bit more advanced. It's going to be for your advanced first graders and even second graders. Even my third grader is using it. And it really helps because you're adding small bits of time to specific hours or specific times. So it has a lot of silly monsters that do some crazy things. So it's super fun. I know my girls really like it. So make sure you come back. These are all free printables. Just my way of saying thank you for being a PK1 Homeschool Fun fan. And just stuff that I've created for my kids that I'm hoping will be helpful for some other kids out there. So please leave me a comment. Let me know if this stuff is helpful. It really keeps me going. It really encourages me to make more stuff and put it out there for free when people say that it helps them. So please don't be a stranger. Leave some comments and even email me back if you're on my email list. Email me back and say hi. I'll say hi. So anyway, thanks so much for being a fan, and I hope you get all these good fun printables, and I really hope that they help you out in your schooling journey. So thanks so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.